Hey, Exoticals, it's your girl back with another Exotical rant. You know what I was thinking about? You really want to know? I was thinking about another cautionary tale. This time it's involving a young lady named April Holt and her husband was soon to be ex-husband and her two kids. Let's get right into it. April was a 29-year-old mother of two. One was with her husband and the other one by another gentleman. That's not even the gist of the case, but long story short, she was on TikTok. She had a following of over 200,000 because she always talked about positivity and her happy home life and just like spirituality, getting your life together, being positive, manifesting, kind of like what we talk about here, manifesting what you really want in life, meditating, praying over your life, really believing in yourself. Basically, that's what her channel was about on TikTok, right? So she had actually started her own business. She was very successful. And she was just always talking about positivity. April was an exotical like us. Her mom was white and her dad was African American. Long story short, April was in a domestic violence situation. And she was like showcasing her family online, talking about she was a ride or die and, always, caping for, her black man, so to speak. Long story short, her king ended up unaliving her, unfortunately, and she did actually ride and she did actually die. Why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up, ladies, because a lot of women, especially women that are not raised in Blackistan or black communities and come to black communities after being secluded in white communities their whole life as mixed race people, they have like a glorified view of the community because they never were a part of that community. So they think they have to cape for black men. They have to be ride or die. They have to be a real one. They have to wear pro-black t-shirts, all of which April did. They even have to have babies out of wedlock for these men because, again, they're ride or die. They're down for these men. So they're very male identified, and April was that. She was only 29 years old when he unalived her because she actually filed for divorce this time. This was like the last straw for her. She really wanted to get from under this man named Donovan that unalived her. Donovan Holt unalived her because she was leaving and he knew it. And this was the last time he was going to see her beautiful face. This is a very good cautionary tale to teach to young women, I believe, that no matter if you were going to leave the first time, if you got to the point of the first time you were going to leave a man, you need to move in silence when leaving him and do it swiftly. Don't keep trying to come back and fix a relationship. Men are not your project. You cannot fix them. And a lot of young women believe if I talked to him nicer, he wouldn't have hit me. If I did this or did that, if I taught him how to speak to me with respect, we wouldn't get in such explosive altercations and arguments. If I took him to counseling, things would definitely get better. Ladies, a man is not your project. If his mother couldn't do it, his father couldn't do it, his family couldn't do it, sweetheart, you cannot change a man. Nope. If his mother, who spent over 20 years with him, could not do it, you cannot do it. I mean, if he's never had a father in his life, you cannot be that positive, authoritative figure in his life. You are one woman that's looking for a man to be the father of your children. You have to look out for you and yours. You cannot change a man. And I think a lot of times we talked about projects. And even sometimes we as women, we take on friends as projects. But taking on a man as a project is definitely a bad idea, ladies. It could only lead to you really getting in dangerous situations like April Holt and ultimately maybe even losing your life. So be very careful about taking on men as projects, taking on jailbirds, taking on broken men, that are abusive and have very toxic traits. These are not men that you can change, that you can help. The only thing they can do is hurt you in the end, which is what happened to April. And I see a lot of young girls doing this. I went and got my nails done. And I'm talking to like 19-year-olds. These girls are like these girls are like 19, 20, just starting out, and they're talking about they don't mind being with a broke man because they haven't lived the experience of being with a broke man. They haven't lived it, like they don't mind men that have all these problems because again, they don't have those problems yet because they never been with these men in a long-term relationship or even live with these men yet. And literally me and another lady had to literally tell them like, being with a broke man is very dangerous. Being with a broken man is very dangerous. Long term, the only thing he can do for you is hurt you and cause you pain and anguish. And one lady even said, she said, do not date a broke man. Like I date broke men. They're mean. They're mean and angry, and they like, it's not going to be fun dating them. And I'm thinking like, do you all have to do a trial period with these broke men to figure out that's not what you want? Can't you learn from other women's experiences and figure out I want to get with somebody that's in a healthy space and doesn't need to leech off me emotionally, physically, financially? But in Blackistan, in Black I when you're just so in you're so ride or die, you are gonna end up unalived because you refuse to leave toxic situations quickly and swiftly. Ladies, this is your life. So be careful about the partner you choose. Be careful about the men you lay down with. Be careful about trying to keep up images on social media, kind of like what April was doing. Trying to like, give a positive front and saying she really wants to like work on her family. Like she really wanted this to work. But again, it takes two people wanting this to work. She had been separated from this man before for like 3 years. But ladies, you have to remember, a lot of men they are surprised that they got a chance with you. So they don't want anybody else to be with you. Like you're the best they have ever had and ever will have. They cannot get another girl on your level because she will not be that stupid. She will know her worth and be like, you're ugly, first off. Second off, you're broke. Third off, you're an abuser. Fourth off, you're just lame. No way in hell I'm going to be with you. But for you to like get yourself into that place, to be so broken and so like low self-esteem that you think you have to deal with this to keep a relationship, it's just not worth it, ladies. And a lot of times, a lot of women feel like they have to, be super bitch, be his ride or die, be super pro-black, be super political, stress themselves out all the time, trying to cape for other people instead of realizing the best thing you can do is advocate for yourself and your kids if you have them, and protect what's close to you. Protect your heart, protect your children. That's what you're here on earth to do, not to be the emotional dumpster for other people. Be the emotional dumpster, the physical dumpster, the financial dumpster of other people and all of their problems. If you let people, they will try to monopolize your time, energy, and resources if you allow them to. That's why it's like, as Exoticals, we have to be very careful about the people and their energies that we let around us and our children. Because like they will try to take over. A lot of women, and this is why I tell young women, marry before you carry. It solves a lot of problems. You don't have to feel like, if you don't have a lot of kids out of wedlock, you don't have to have low self-esteem and feel like, oh, no other men don't want me. I'm lucky to get this one, even though he's abusive, even though he's broke. No, if you marry before you carry, you can be in a position of power. of social power. You don't have to like be like, oh, I better just take whatever I can get. No, men want you. You're an exotical. You're beautiful. You're smart, and you haven't been played publicly, and you don't have proof of it. So, like, it's easier for you to move about and actually level up. But if you already have a kid, all hope is not lost. All hope is not lost. High self-esteem goes a lot of way. Being able to market yourself goes go a long way. Being able to get rid of that loser and put yourself back in the position of power goes a long way. So you don't have to accept breadcrumbs when you deserve the main course. Get it? Got it? Good. Ladies, April was a young woman, and literally it was this man was evil. He tried to cover it up. He tried to cover after he strangled her. He tried to cover it up, and it actually was ruled. It was ruled a suicide at first until her mother did further investigation and got the autopsy report and whatnot. And then it was ruled a homicide. And then he actually confessed to her mom, and she recorded it. This man was pure evil. This man knew April was leaving him, and he knew that she was the best he ever had and would ever get. And he unalived her so she could never level up and to her full potential. This man was a user, an abuser, and an opportunist. Ladies, be able to vet men accurately. Be able to like know yourself so well that you can have discernments for what is going to be a healthy space for yourself. I don't want to see more exoticals like this, but a lot of times this does happen when you glorify either side. Only glorify healthy situations and relationships. Don't glorify white society, black society, brown, whatever culture or color you're thinking about. Don't glorify that society, but get to know people's character, get to know their heart and their spirit, and then you come up with a decision if they're going to be a good safe space for you in your world. But definitely do not glorify anybody based on color, ethnicity, or any other thing that is physical and that can fade away. Please don't do that to yourself. If somebody shows you their character, that they're low vibrating, that they are dishonest, that they are a liar, that they are abusive, believe it the first time. It doesn't matter if they're white, black, or in between. Believe it the first time. If they do it one time, they will do it again. Men like this really prey on single mothers because they know they've had toxic relationships in the past, and they've been abandoned by men and left holding the bag with children. So they prey on these type of women because they know, oh, she'll just be glad I stick around since the other dude ditched her. Ladies, be very aware of men like this. They are very manipulative, narcissistic personality types, if not full-blown narcissist. They will hurt you and you may not survive it. Be very aware. Again, prayers and condolences go out to April Hope and her family, her 2 kids. And the sad part is her son had to had to walk in the bathroom and witness his mother with a bag around her head. This guy was really sick. Okay, Donovan, he was a really sicko. That's why I tell you, girls, stop thinking that everything on social media is real. Half of what you see is fake. More than half. I really don't believe anything until I research, investigate things these days, because a lot of things is Photoshop. A lot of people are just getting online trying to make money and make a scenario that seems healthy when they're not in a healthy place. I've seen this a lot. I even had an ex-friend do this. She made a whole IG account about her and this dusty ass guy that didn't work. And literally within a month or two, she ended up taking it down after he beat her up and cussed out her mother. So, ladies, half of what you see, all these smiling faces. Remember that song? Tell lies. Yeah, but like she had all these smiling pictures, and I was like, this guy is a bum. I tried to warn her the guy was a bum, but of course, women are not going to listen to another woman. Even if they're married, it doesn't matter, or they've been in healthy relationships, it really doesn't matter. Women are not going to believe other women because they just choose not to, because they just feel like they know what's best, even though they have a track record of having toxic relationships. Please don't be one of these women, ladies. Please really get to know yourself, have high self-worth and confidence, and don't let a man be the downfall of you. Remember, men are just desserts. Too much and you're sick. So please be the main character in your life. Please stop glorifying blackness or whiteness and start realizing that we are all people and people are deeply flawed, and just try to create healthy relationships with yourself, with others, and keep your circle close to your heart. You really have to be cautious these days, ladies. It's a lot of predators out here. And unfortunately, us women and children are their prey. So be very careful about who you let in your house, who you lay down with, because you could be laying down with the devil. Seriously. April was so beautiful. She seemed like she was trying to really get her life together, but part of that was trying to get away. And it's so hard when you're locked in with a guy for so many years. It's so hard to get away from that guy when he has been manipulating you and abusing you for so long. So my heart does go after this young mother. But ladies, we have to start making better decisions. We have to start practicing what we preach. Just because, even if you're making channels about healthiness, if you're not living a healthy lifestyle, if you're have a family channel and it's like you're making you a lot of money, but at the same time, this guy is not like the guy you want to be with, you have to sometimes even let the money go and get out. Get out and get away from this guy until you find a safe place, because this guy, and like most women think these guys are going to help their lives, but really these guys end up taking their lives. This man was so jealous, and guys can be jealous of women too. He was so jealous of her beauty, her intellect, and her marketing skills. This guy really made her die for him. Don't be another sad case, ladies. Be smart. Use your mind. Use your brain. And when you leave, do it quickly. And don't argue with these type of people, because it can turn very dangerous. Stay safe, ladies. Remember, as Exoticals, we're the most beautiful women in the world. And with that comes a lot of goodness, and it comes with a lot of cons. So, ladies, please protect yourself, protect your children, and especially protect your heart. You know what's best for you, and if something's not good for you, let it go. Bye, ladies.